Hello, and welcome to Othersider Studios. I'm your keeper for this evening, Ambrose, and tonight we are continuing with the conclusion of Arcane Corps Seekers. Aftermath specifically is what we're doing today. The series is using the Monster of the Week powered by the Apocalypse system by Evil Hat Productions. And without further ado, let's introduce our lovely cast. Iris.
Hello, my name is Iris Wyndham, and my pronouns are she, they, and I will be playing Cordelia Bennett. She is the mundane, pronouns she, her.
Cool. Vin.
Hi. Hey guys, I'm Vin at 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 on Twitter, and I'll be playing Millie, the spooky.
We love to hear it. Red.
Hi, I'm 𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒂𝒂. My pronouns are she, her. I'll be playing Megan, whose pronouns are also she, her, the crooked.
Awesome. And Jazz.
What up? I'm Jazz. My pronouns are she, they, and I will be playing Mo Jackson, the professional, whose pronouns are she, her.
Awesome. Sweet, sweet. And also, content warnings. This is a series that will be focusing on the following elements: violence and combat, trauma and processing trauma, grief and processing grief, minor body horror, dark imagery or concepts, descriptive scenes of death, not gory, just unsettling and creepy, illusions and altered realities, memory manipulation, and creepy atmosphere. Please take care of yourself. If any of these concepts do not sit right with you or make you feel uncomfy, you can walk away at any time. That's not just for audience members, but it's also for everyone here as well in terms of the cast. And if you want to tune in later, there's always going to be a VOD later, or you'll see it on YouTube. So please, take care. And without further ado, we're going to do our recap. So, after a battle inside of Theo's brownstone, y'all essentially, Mo comes to essentially with realizing that memories have been unlocked and that the doll maker knows where they are located. Did you want to talk to that a little bit?
To be honest with you, I don't remember a lot about it aside from like growing horror and like Theo being like, "Oh, I gotta make some calls," and so they went downstairs to make some calls, as it were.
So yes, that is the summary of what happened. Theo went downstairs, barely said anything, just clearly looked horrified, and seemed like he went into handler mode of like, I gotta get things done. Ezra had essentially kind of tuned you into why that might be a concern, because the doll maker is a transcendent class. You all knew that already, but also like you might not know exactly why it's a big concern outside of like, oh yeah, transcendent. We don't know if they're gonna be deadly or lethal or not. We just assume that it is. So it seems that something's going on over at the Containment Center. We're not sure exactly what that is. From there, everyone split off and did different things. Cordelia, you had gone to talk with Ezra as Ezra prepared for the ritual, specifically preparing the elixir that will revitalize your body. Did you want to discuss that or talk with that?
I can say a little thing on that. Yes, Ezra seemed to be a bit, I guess, on edge about some of his new abilities that he's still coming into. And Cordelia made sure to try and make it known that she's not going to push him, not going to rush him on the topic, but she's here for him.
It was a very sweet moment in general, but also finding out that something's not quite right with your boy. But who's to say, whenever that is. Then we transitioned over to Mariah. Oh, not Mariah, sorry, Megan, because there's a lot of M's in this chat.
There's so many M's.
So many goddamn M's. So, Megan, you reached out to Elle.
I did reach out to Elle. I snuck off to the bathroom, gave her a call in the mirror, made another deal a little bit, but this was kind of to resolve the effects of a previous deal, and didn't make the deal as clear as I had wanted. The deal was to get Elle's real name. I got a name, which I was struggling to find in my notes, and it turns out I wrote it upside down at the bottom of a page. It's Nimue, I think. Nimue, yeah, Nimue was right the first time. Cool. But in exchange for that, the blame goes 100% on Zane, and I have to act as mediator between her and Theo. Turns out I also didn't define what mediator meant, because I assumed we'd all have the same definition. But here we are.
Who's to say what that actually means? And also, I love my cast, but oh my god, why? Thank you.
You wanted M's, you got M's.
Got all the M's. Changing all the names to Theo instead of Mio. How do you even pronounce Mio in Mesra? Sorry. Anyway, Millie, what do you remember what happened with you specifically? You checked the area to make sure there was no residue left over, but then a nice little visitor in your mind decided to intrude. You want to talk to that?
Listen, we're not going to worry about it. Everything is completely fine, and there's no issues with Mildred Cole whatsoever, aka Millie, or Millie.
Millie, another M on top of Millie. But no, it's not fine, unfortunately. It seems that your rage demon decided that they were going to poke and prod at you as much as possible in this quiet moment that you finally had. And appeared visually only to you by the fireplace. And Mo witnesses this, says, like, hey, you good? You want to talk about it? And then y'all have a little bit of a heart-to-heart about that. Did you want to talk to that Mo?
If I can unmute myself. Mo kind of noticed that there was something going on with her kid, and is like, hey, I know you've been having some issues that we haven't really touched on, but if you need me, I'm here. And I mean Millie's not, they weren't like resistant to it. They're also like, give me a sec, mostly. Yeah, just kind of like,
like, give me a moment. And also, like, I care about you. Like, know that I care about you, and that you are a priority, I think, was the other option, like the other thing that came up, which adored. I'm gonna revoke privileges to the chat in a second.
But we're so funny.
You are funny, like, but stop breaking me, like, just in recap land. Like, come on. So after that, Mo, you are trying to reach out to people, let Jack and Aurora know that you're fine, that you got cleansed, but you are confronted with the fact that you can read the phone without going into memory, and you decide to go for a walk with Damien.
Yeah. And we kind of we have a nice moment where I try to give his jacket back, and he's like, no, keep it. And she's like, yeah, but your wardrobe is so small though. And he's like, well, I might be staying a little bit. And she kind of got a little giddy because, at heart she's a schoolgirl, I guess. So that was really nice. And they had like a nice conversation about grief and moving on. And where she would go when she would have these visions or memories, basically, and kind of agreed to a second date or a first date do-over.
I think it's more like a first date do-over. I feel like
it's
first date do-over.
Yeah.
We don't count the other one because you were possessed, so no.
Hopefully without the possession this time.
And you come to find out as you approach the brownstone that Janice knows what's happening, wants to talk to S12 about a couple of things, but also it seems that Megan is no longer in trouble, that you find out. It's to a point where, like, oh, there was a different tone before and now that's gone. What? From there, you do talk to Megan and find out that Megan made another deal. very upfront about it this time, for sure.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm disappointed
Hold
about
on,
it, but
hold
at least she told me.
She has never lied about making
You have
a
never
deal.
lied. You have
Unlike
never
been
some
forthcoming.
people.
But this is the first time you've been forthcoming and
Yes.
to the point with it.
Lie
versus,
by
like,
omission.
no one asked me a specific question. So yeah, so that is also growth, by the way. But yes, continue. Sorry.
Yes, they had a conversation just about that, and they had a bit of a heart-to-heart. But we had a lot of heart-to-heart last session.
We did, yeah. It's in the aftermath, you know. We're feeling a bit.
Feeling the effects.
Yeah, we're feeling the feels. Megan hugged Mo, and it was very cute.
It was very cute.
Yeah.
And you offered to murder someone for Megan if it came to that, specifically Zane.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes. But cool.
You just let me know.
From there,
I mean, Megan would assist.
I know you both are like partners in crime, and it's adorable in a very different way than I expected. It's like, hey, you want me to murder someone? I could totally murder someone for you.
Mo's like the mom that Megan never had.
Yeah.
Aww.
Which, if you know Megan's backstory, means a lot.
It does mean a lot. So, all right. From there, Theo and Millie ward the house. Millie is unsuccessful in warding the house because Rage Demon is like going to town with trying to annoy you and get you to like give into rage, and you are able to stop that from happening. Theo is able to help you. Did you want to talk to that?
I mean, I guess his voice is smooth or whatever. But yeah, he was able to like calm Millie's emotions, and for once everything was quiet. But they weren't able to complete the magic, or they actually damaged the seals or inscriptions in the house, and they were just like, stop.
And they stopped, and it was helpful, like the smooth voice or whatever, you know how they do. But was able to readjust it so that it went back to what it used to look like at the very least, and realizes, and is also respecting the boundary of not asking too many questions about what's going on with you because you established them, but very curious, and is able to stop the voice from appearing, at least temporarily. You're not sure for how long. Then we get to the main event, which is the revival process. There are a lot of people come and help with this. The weaving of the dawn root, the setting up of the circle, the energy into the circle in the floor, the concrete floor. If I remember, Theo, Megan, Cordelia, obviously, and Ezra all help to do this. Millie witnesses something wrong with Ezra's shadow as they're almost done with finalizing, and immediately attacks it out of reflex. Did you want to talk to that too?
It was a fail.
It was a fail.
Ezra gave them a look, didn't really question it, but it was very like, what the fuck? And it kind of got brushed over in the middle of the process, but there is something there, and they will get to the bottom of this.
Love to see it. So this unknown, it seemed like Ezra's shadow, it moved, you're not sure why it did that, and it devoured your magic. Whether it looked like eating or it just looked like absorbing, it did a thing that obviously shadows shouldn't be doing by themselves, so it was concerning. Theo witnessed, you both had a conversation with eye contact. You probably weren't saying the same things back to each other, but it's all cool. The ritual goes off seemingly without a hitch. But we, the audience and the cast, know that Cordelia Iris failed the role. So, y'all don't know what happened. We do. So, seems that Cordelia is now Cassandra, or whatever she wants to be known as. So we'll see how that goes. And it ends where we pull out from the window and we see a crow viewing this beautiful scene from a fire hydrant looking through the downstairs window. And that's where we are, everyone. So, without further ado, let us continue. It seems that there is a lot of chaos among this area. There seems to be guards, bullets are flying, conflict is happening. Wherever this is, it seems like it's an abandoned building, probably near the water, lower side of Manhattan, near the docks. More people, specifically cleaners, are coming out to the outside area, but if we follow the camera through the calamity that's happening, we see people with long fingers of black eyes fighting guards that are prepared, that have been prepared. You do see bodies or people that are unconscious that as you move through, you go into the abandoned building, and then there is in the back of that building, through cracked linoleum, specifically columns that look like they're crumbling, you see a freight elevator, and you see several people hustling to get to that, going down, further down. And there is even more calamity going on beneath. Luckily, it doesn't seem like any of the other cryptids or monsters that are in containment have been broken out. Some of them look like they are close to being broken out in terms of cracked glass, but it seems that they don't want to be involved with what's going on outside, so they are staying where they are. Some look like they are questioning if they should leave or not because of the chaos. This is the perfect time to leave. We follow this group of cleaners from the elevator as they move through, guns at the ready, magic charged, as they go to that final door and this long hallway where we all know, well, specifically Mo knows, where the doll maker is. The door is ajar. It's like a heavy metal door, essentially. And as they approach and reach forward carefully, we transition back to Theo's brownstone. I'm sorry, Jess. The door opens up on the front. There's someone in a Pizza Hut outfit, carrying a few boxes of pizza. The red cap, the really horrible logo that we all know and love at the same time. Theo answers to let this person in. It's like, oh yeah, dude, I got these 3 boxes. Man, this is a really dope order. Got pepperoni with chicken and bacon on top. Then just plain cheese. Can't go wrong with plain cheese. Man, this is such a good load right here. So did you did you need anything else, dude? We got some sodas in the back. I was supposed to deliver to someone else, but they never showed up. So I have a abundance of soda if you want me to bring in. Theo's like, no, this is a lot of energy. I appreciate it. Thank you. Theo, very reminiscent of Theo, hanging up the call on Mo on a regular basis whenever they're done with the conversation. They close the door on the pizza delivery guy, barely finishes the conversation, doubles back and pulls out a few dollars, and then shoves it through the mailbox slot for him, and then you hear on the other side, thanks bruh, have a good night, and then leaves. And you all, after being in the basement, have moved up to the upper level. I would say that you're in the kitchen, because you didn't want to have the guy that's a doll but not really a doll that's in containment there. It seems that perhaps Ezra is keeping an eye on the doorway to make sure that they stay where they are, but otherwise is in that doorway between the kitchen and the hallway. As Theo walks by and goes into the kitchen and puts down the pizzas on the island, specifically for you, Cordelia, with your newfound body. You are very hungry. It feels like you haven't eaten truthfully in hundreds of years, which is extremely true. And react how you do as Theo puts this down for you.
I won't actually go into the just abominable noises that Corey probably makes as she tries pizza for the first time. But she is lost in her own little world. I think that on the way up the stairs, she just sort of stood and like looked up at the ceiling for a good like 2 minutes before stairs, damn it, and then had to actually walk upstairs for the first time in a hot minute. And she's just going through like emotion after emotion of like, good God, that like single flight of stairs just killed her. And then like is just having a blast and is also in hell at the same time, just going through it.
Megan like leans over as you're eating. It's like, remember, you need to breathe now. Take a break.
Just
Yes.
sort of like snorts at you.
Like the tiniest breath out. Like, yes, you do need to take breaths in between each bite. You do also need to take in oxygen. It's a natural process, but for someone that hasn't had a body in a very long time, please take care of yourself.
I'll be fine. That was not her voice anymore. Damn.
I
I'll be
figured
fine.
I figured it was because she had pizza in her mouth.
Yeah, because you have pizza. Ezra is not looking at you, but like chuckles from wherever he is, not looking at y'all, because of the sounds and also like I'm fine through pizza. Theo kind of leans against the kitchen sink. It's like, okay, so letting it be known, yes, I am a party pooper. That is my job. In general, I apologize, but this was not sanctioned, obviously. So, what did you want to do, Cordelia, about this? Did you want to tell the Corps about you being human again, or did you want to do something else?
I mean, what are the odds that they just sort of buy into the idea that hi, I'm Cassandra Black or Black, and I was saved by this ragtag funny little bunch of people, and it sounds interesting. I'd love to join your, was it a corps?
And what happened to Cordelia then?
Dead.
Dead.
Dead
Again.
Dead again.
Double down.
I mean, I feel like they've been trying to get rid of Cordelia for like a minute. I'm serious. Like,
I think it's more of they would be more worried about Cordelia vanishing without a trace versus keeping her in sights, if that makes any sense. So yeah, like I mean, if you want to run with that story, that's fine.
I mean, I don't think it's outside of my nature to just up and vanish again. I mean, it's...
So part of the reason why Corey was here was because of the connection to me with like the injury I had with her necklace, and part of it got stuck. What if we destroy the part that got stuck? And we say that got rid of her.
Be it the tether was shattered and she finally moved on, or she
Poof.
snatched that up and bounced.
yep. That seems logical to me.
And
I mean, look, I'm not the biggest fan of lying, but I also don't want to get in any more trouble than we're already in, so...
But are we sure that that won't affect you now? I know that you're in a body, but would that affect your spirit, what have you?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm still sort of reeling from the ritual itself, and so I don't know what sort of side effects are gonna happen, or Yeah.
Then maybe that can also be part of the lie, that we destroyed the necklace and now Cordelia is gone.
So, like, why though would we do that?
Why do we do anything? Let's be honest.
That's,
We are.
point taken. You're right.
I mean, I could have been injured in a fight, like with the things we just fought, and it could have happened then.
But you didn't get injured. If anything,
They don't have to know that.
You need to
Clearly,
be a
she
little bit
got better.
Okay, if you want to do that, or you tell the Corps that you are Cordelia, in a new body. I'm just not sure how they're going to take that. That's all.
Yeah, no. I'm not sure how they're gonna take that.
Could we lie about how it happened? Like, could we say it wasn't your choice? Like, one of these extraplanar entities that we're dealing with potentially did it.
I
don't seem
attempted
sentient enough.
The sort of dark machinations that be with these entities. I tried to possess one of them to prevent them from hurting the fam, and I don't know, it went wrong, and then I just got their body and not the. I guess they would probably be able to tell that the body isn't all that deteriorated.
I mean, you could have been Dollmaker's plan B. Like, you don't know fully what they were doing.
Well, I think the injuries is most possible. Of course, Megan can be harmed, but she can also be healed. That's not a problem, especially among magic users.
We got several still confused about and motions to Megan about why you know magic in the first place, but
do you I'm sure you can take a guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but still curious. That's a high level magic, that's all, to learn in such a short amount of time. But I'm not gonna ask any questions, don't worry, we're already in it. Anyway, so we'll go with the Cordelia's gone. The tether was destroyed by accident during combat. Hasn't seen Cordelia since. You are Cassandra Blackwell. You were saved in the scuffle of getting here in the first place, correct?
Yeah. And then do we want to work on removing the anchor, or does it even need to be, would they even fact check that, or?
I don't think they'd fact check. They don't know what they're looking for, really. They didn't fully investigate it. And I kind of think Millie has a point with, we don't know what that would do.
It could hurt you still. We would have to do something about it or do research into it to make sure before we do removal. We don't really have that time.
Hi, y'all. My name is Cassie.
Y'all.
It's inclusive.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right.
Nice to meet you.
Megan will like put her arms around Cassie. It's like, great to meet ya. You'll get along swell with us.
Thanks.
All.
Swell.
Just dandy.
Alright, okay. I feel like y'all are mocking me now.
Peachy keen.
My mom's from Texas. I've been saying y'all the whole time, Mo.
Yeah, it sounds different in this voice.
What?
It's different.
It's different.
I guess that's fair.
Ezra continues to giggle in the corner, like, gosh, y'all, like, just like, what's happening? Willow and Damien walk out of the kitchen because they were there just vibing, like, just watching Cordelia devour one of the pizzas. I'm not sure if the entire pizza was devoured, but at least half of it was devoured by you.
It was.
And they're probably going to go into the living room to watch the prisoner there while Ezra decides to walk in. During this time, we're going to do the usual around the table thing, but we're going to go in reverse order. So we're going to start with Mo. Mo, what would you like to do before you have about 2 hours or a little less than 2 hours before Janice gets here, essentially?
I'm mostly just decompressing, and like preparing myself for a visit from our boss. So, I think that she's eating pizza and basking in the safety of her kids. I don't know. I don't think I have anything in particular. Just chilling.
Just chilling. Finally
Really?
able to
Just
relax
chilling.
and
Yeah.
take a moment. You are cleansed. You're enjoying okay pizza. It's Pizza Hut, you know. So like it's okay. It's greasy. It fills. It's filling. You'll probably get a stomach ache afterwards, but you're around your kids.
I'm around my kids.
If anything else pops up, of course you can let me know and we can go back. But...
I did want to pull Theo aside for a sec.
Okay.
If I could.
Where do you want to pull him aside to? Like stay in the kitchen and be in a corner of the kitchen, or?
No, I'll go to like a different room.
You can go to the office. If you're asking to pull him to the side, it's like, oh yeah, just my office.
Well, yeah, I mean like wherever, hallway, office, wherever we can have him. Like a really quick second.
Yeah. Probably just a doorway of it then. Yeah. What's up?
Janice called. Among other things, she told me that some of our people died. I just wanted to know if you knew who they were.
No one that we would normally we have like no one that you know personally. It's not a great answer, but it's no one we talk to on a regular basis.
That's still not great, but that's good. I was a bit worried because I saw Marcus there the other day, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, cool.
I'll let you know if we find out anything else, but I haven't seen any names that I know.
No, yeah. I mean, I would like to know, regardless, whoever it was, just so I do know and can pay my respects when I can.
He just stares at you for a moment. Sure. Pulls out his phone. He's gonna go to the conversation he had with Janice. Janice had like given him a list of names that like she off the top knew that like passed away. There's about 3 or 4 people that you might know. One of them like you might know a little bit, but like you don't hang out with them that often or in passing. Someone that you see between being on the bench, because y'all were on the bench for about a month or almost a month. They were transitioning. They were also kind of freelance a little bit, so they were guarding, very similar to Marcus. If you remember, there was another one that you never got to meet or find out who it was, but the person that was with Marcus the first time you were there was another person. The one that like radiated nervous energy and was like ready, stacked up for like any one of those cryptids to get out. But unfortunately, these dolls, because y'all fought 3, did a lot of damage when y'all were not prepared. So being swarmed by anywhere from 10 to 20 would take anyone by surprise. You remember their name tag that they put on their guard uniform, kind of in the back of your head. You assume it's that person. The other 2 you don't know at all. you should not, don't take this to heart. I know that that's gonna be hard in general, but the doll maker has always been a very manipulative person, long con type of person. They were going to find a way to have this happen, whether it was you or another person.
But it was me.
Yeah.
It was me. And I gotta live with that. Let me know when we're doing something for them funerals and whatnot. Let me know what I can do to help.
Of course. I wish I could say something else, but I can't.
It's all right. I appreciate it.
Of course. And y'all, unless there's something else you wanted to do.
Nope. I was just gonna be like, you want some pizza or?
No. Not that.
Angels don't eat pizza. That's fine.
Not what. No. Why do you keep on assuming that it's the angel thing? It's not having to do with angel.
I was just making a joke. All right, dang, you're touchy.
Your jokes are weird.
They're not weird. What do you say? My jokes are funny. I got funny jokes. I got jokes. All right, whatever.
Only people. Sorry, Theo tries not to laugh. It's only people that do not have jokes say that they have jokes.
It's messed up, man.
He just grins for a split second. Something that you normally don't see on their face, but immediately goes back to its usual somber self. Before it's I'm going to have something else that's not that greasy, and then walks back into the hallway. Next, Red. We're gonna go with Megan. Your letter needs to be read.
It does.
So, I would say that as Theo steps out into the hallway, you're probably not really on edge about this, but it's something you're when is it gonna happen? Where's that goddamn dog? Whatever it might be. As Theo walks into the hallway, you see this fluffy white floof walking down the hallway to him and sits right in front of him. It kind of cuts him off from stepping anywhere further past the doorway as Mo walks out as well. And crouches down to the collar after raising an eyebrow. Seemed like there was a passive time, conversation might have happened or interaction might have happened between these two beings. They get on one knee to retrieve the napkin. Was it written on a napkin? Was that what it was? And reads it, or sees they pause to read it as they fold it open. And after about a minute, maybe two, you see their face kind of become neutral, processing, fold it, then look back up at you. I'm assuming you're in the kitchen, leaning up against something maybe, all cool
I figured, honestly, that she was back in the living room on the couch with her feet propped up on the table watching Supernatural again.
That's about right. No, that's the vibe. That feels about right for me. So you probably don't witness any of this. But that happens. Stands up, goes to the doorway of the living room, knocks against the wall there to get your attention. It's directly behind you, wherever that couch is. And if you turn around, he jerks his jaw to the living room.
She'll follow, I guess.
Did you want to read the letter for the audience?
I'd have to find it.
Either way, I'm gonna we're gonna race to find this letter.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a minute.
Ready, set, go. Got it.
Oh, well.
Got it.
Never mind. It's fine.
Okay. Theo, I'm sorry. I know it probably doesn't mean much, but I am. I'm not used to being close enough to other people to see the consequences of my actions. Sarcasm is how I've had to survive my whole life, along with all options available to me having risk and negative consequences, no matter what choice I make. But don't ever think I have other options. Don't blame the others.
All the feels between y'all, like, said out loud and secretively, is astonishing and wonderful. I adore. So, step into the hallway again. Theo's not leaving this hallway, apparently. And, lifts the napkin and says, this is an apology, right? Like, that's what this is specifically?
It did start with, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Thank you. But I understand I don't know a lot about your backstory or what happened with you. And I understand that you do operate a certain way, operate on your own. You get a lot of good work done. That is something that I have always noticed as your handler, but I would have liked a little bit of a benefit of a doubt on that versus trusting someone you don't know. Yes, you didn't know what I was, but you didn't know who she was.
Did I really know who you were at all, though? I had never really talked to you, never heard from you, never knew what you looked like, knew anything other than a name. I didn't even know that was your name. It was a shot in the dark either way.
But was that reason enough to turn or attempt to turn me over to someone you don't know?
I gave you the option. I wasn't going to turn you over. I asked. I came to you before I did.
I get it. You come off intimidating in general, even when you're asking questions, so I get it. And I do accept your apology. But I don't talk about who I am. This is the first time I've ever done this in a very long time.
Sometimes these secrets have a bad way of coming out if they don't get discussed sooner rather than later.
I am getting that vibe with this particular cell alone. I've been a handler to how many cells before, y'all? I have been a hunter before, and this is the first time in a very long time that secrets seem to just spill out of everywhere, some way, somehow. It's no one's fault, just uncanny.
Almost like there are forces beyond our control at work here.
Yeah. Or not. Maybe it's just unluckiness in general. But I would never hurt any of you. And that's the honest truth.
I will say, and I did have to negotiate an existing deal, is kind of how I'd phrase it.
Why did you have to negotiate? Like, this is not a judge. This is more like, why did you have to do that?
Does he remember that I was wanted? Oh.
Think of it as a control find on any mention of you and replacing it with someone else.
Well, like Mo kind of remembered, so I wasn't sure if like there was a group that remembered. Like our group didn't remember. I wasn't sure how far it expanded.
I'm going to say that every player character remembers just fine. It seems that everyone else doesn't.
Okay. So, well, she's very good at magic, as you said, very high level. And, well, I had done something bad, and the cleaners were after me.
What?
Yeah. I won't go into details.
Okay.
And she changed it so that wasn't true in everyone's mind.
Okay, so is this kind of like an altered situation that we don't remember?
Yes.
All right, cool. Awesome. Sure. I'm glad. I don't know what the deal was before. I know that I was mad at you about something. But
He doesn't even remember why he's mad at her.
nope.
She could have let the whole thing go. Pretend it never happened.
So literally, like, he's like, "That's nice. Why are you saying sorry?" Like, I appreciated the sorry in terms of we haven't talked or whatever.
Forgot that he was even mad at her. Well, gosh darn it.
It's adorable.
Megan has this realization in the middle of this conversation, and she's like Theo can see her like get angry and like frustrated with herself. She's like, "Fuck! Why did I let this happen? I should have seen this coming."
Am I missing something? Like,
You were very mad about it. Reasonably so, to be fair.
I kind of remember that, but I just thought it was because you were trying to find out who it was and you broke into my house. But
Well, there was that too, but then there was this on top of it, which like made it real bad, which is why I was on my best behavior, which is a lot for me. You know this, Theo.
It was a lot for you, and I saw you trying very hard and appreciated it, but it is okay. Just
I know what you say. Don't make another deal, but I did make the one that I have to explain to you because it does involve you.
Why does it involve me?
I have to mediate a conversation between you and Elle. The only requirements for this conversation is that you were there, she is there, and I am there. We can pick the place, we can pick who else is there, all of that. So, like, a lot of it's in our court. Those are the only things that were required.
That should be fine as long as it's a neutral place of some sort, so that nothing happens to either party. Mediation is fine. I just don't know why Elle wants to meet with me.
If it helps, she did give me a name. I meant to ask for her true name, but I just said name. Lessons learned.
Faye.
Lessons learned.
How they do. But
Anyway.
Well, lucky for you. Wait a minute, hold on. The dagger that went missing.
Megan's face kind of drops. What dagger?
Right. The dagger that went missing.
She'll fully make a lying check on this.
Oh, okay, then manipulate someone right now.
Yeah. No, she'll full on go for it. It's fucking Megan. Wait, hold on. So manipulate, and she can use intimidation for manipulation.
Yeah, so go for it. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry.
We're tough.
Before you roll.
Yep.
Keep on forgetting. Theo is not a person. Theo is a monster, so this is not going to work.
Oh, dang. Well, she's still gonna try. I won't roll for it, but she's gonna try.
Okay, so you did do the thing. Describe how you are intimidating your way into trying to have Theo forget what the pieces are starting to put together here.
So she is very much like, how would you know all these details about this? Like, was it like, were you involved in this theft? Like very like accusatory. Like, okay. Why do you know so much about this, Theo?
How tall is Megan? Like,
not very.
Like, so like, I'm assuming
probably like 5'6", 5'5".
5'6", 5'5". Theo's like 6'3", 6'4", and you're like, so what are you saying? Like, it sounds like you know.
Yeah, and Megan will like huff her way up to him.
And huff your way up, and all he's doing is just like raising an eyebrow as you're doing this, and he's like, it's fine, please stop. Like, it's just someone has been confirmed today that someone else had stolen it. I'm assuming that you had something to do with it. Don't answer any questions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, exactly. Continue doing that.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Continue doing that. That's great. So keep that energy going forward. What I'm trying to say is that is the dagger for a Lady of the Lake. One of them, if I remember correctly, it might belong to Nimue or whoever goes by that title, Nimue. So that's great if that's the person that asked for it. There are other Lady of the Lakes that would want it that it doesn't belong to. So
I do not recall this exact dagger, but she did mention something about wanting said dagger.
Yeah, keep doing that. That's good. That's great. So yeah. Then no worries. I'm fine with the mediation. Again, I just don't know what she wants from me, but I have a few guesses. Just in general.
I don't know exactly either.
Well,
which is why I made as much open with it as we could.
I appreciate it. Continue not stealing daggers that you definitely didn't steal. That's terrifying, by the way. But
what's terrifying?
Never mind. I'm going to make a salad, like, cause just the thought of the grease on that thing is kind of like not making me feel great. So, talk to you later.
Megan will like go back to the couch. She's like, "Hey Theo,
yeah,
make me a sandwich."
No. Continues walking. Cool. Awesome. next, Millie. How you doing? Do you have an idea what you would like to do?
Yes, I would like to speak with Ezra.
Oh, awesome! Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, yay!
Oh my gosh.
All right.
That's so cool of us.
So Ezra is I don't know where Cordelia is. I don't know if Cordelia's still like chowing down on pizza or if it got moved. Everything's just getting moved to the living room and the pizza's going to the living room. But kind of staying not like purposefully away, just giving Cordelia space to like be human for a little bit, but wanting to engage and feeling awkward. Probably on the opposite side of the living room, on another couch. Like, so it's like a was it like a love seat situation versus like a full couch. And you approach him, and he looks up at you.
Hi.
Hi.
I think I have some apologizing to do.
Apologies? Why would you ever have to apologize to your cousin about anything?
See, I know you're being very sarcastic and I'm being very earnest, so
It's
really
a 180 here. Like, just it's a very different thing that we're doing. We're taking each other's things. This feels weird, but it also feels right for the moment. But you know,
I can stop and be sarcastic if
I
that
do
makes
miss
you
your
feel better than you
sarcasm.
could
I
be.
really do miss your sarcasm.
Okay. I don't do anything wrong and nothing's wrong between us, and I'm glad that we're just standing here and then doing nothing.
I don't know if that's sarcasm. I feel like that's just bull-faced lying, to be honest.
It can be both.
It could be either.
I think it's called a bit. I was trying.
I see. It was bit.
I was trying a bit. No. Actually, I am so sorry. I got a little. I got very domineering, and I just didn't want to see you hurt again. And I thought that I would have to take matters into my own hands, and those matters just happen to be Mountain Dew colored, and I'm so sorry.
I just
One day I'll have a straight face, but not today.
Not with Mountain Dew colored. Sorry. All right. So it's not that I know what I mean. I know exactly what you're trying to do, but I mean that you're worried about me, but you've been ever since. I don't know what, 2 years ago, you've been doing this thing where like you just go for the fully escalated option. Like you would never. This is the first time you've not necessarily wanted to harm me, but like went to harm to solve a problem with me.
Well, I guess I could first hallmark that it was never fatal. It was, of course, very extreme, and again, I am so sorry. I have been dealing with some things, and I guess dealing could be a double entendre in terms of dealing with my problems and dealing with things I shouldn't have dealt with.
I got you.
I'm over-explaining because I just want everything to be very clear.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay.
I haven't asked. Because, I mean, I still trust you to make the decisions, but it seems like something happened that you didn't expect to happen.
A lot of things happened that I didn't expect to happen, starting with you, and I guess me is a lot further along the line, and then everything that we've dealt with since then. It's been a lot, and we haven't had time to just sit and go, what's wrong with Mildred? Not that no one is...
Let's do that now.
I
you
would
could do
much
the same
rather
for me.
apologize.
We could do this. You could do the same
First.
for me. Okay. 1 second. Oh my God, Mildred, I accept your apology for trying to help me, even though it was to damage my foci hand. I understand the reasoning, but I am more worried about you now.
Thank you for accepting my apology. It is greatly appreciated and will do well for my soul if I still have one.
What?
I'm just saying that as a precaution. I've been doing a lot of experimentation. My cool tattoos aren't necessarily for aesthetic. The scarification have been many, many, many runes of the Eldritch variety and has manifested in concentrated negative energy spirits and what have you, which have cannibalized each other in some weird Pac-Man incident. So now there's just one. There's just one very big one. It was very, very mean.
So Ezra, while you were explaining everything, like leans back. It's like trying to like piece together the words you're saying, and every time you bring in a new like point to it, like it seems like his like face changes to more like oh I should have asked questions sooner, like of my cousin, is how they're feeling right now. And he essentially says, okay, so Eldritch sigils,
Yes.
ritual done right, wrong.
My magic is amplified, so it went right in that way, wrong in the way that the spirits are malevolent. So I guess it's right because it yes, no.
Okay.
Yes, right and wrong. Right for power, wrong for me, because I still have some morality left. So that's what's happening.
That's good. So I'm just letting you know. Whatever I'm gonna have to look at whatever the sigils are in more detail, but if it was, you can't like invite spirits in for this kind of amplification ritual. It's usually taking from you. So amplifying an emotion of yours to be malevolent, essentially, have its own, essentially your own inner demons, is what's happening there, or making it seem like that's what they are, giving them consciousness, giving them life. If it's done the wrong way that you're explaining, it's a higher probability of happening than not. But to Pac-Man, to eat themselves, is that what happened?
Yes, that's one. I say eat, and as in like a human sense, but I think they were more absorbed. Either way, 3 became 1, and 1 is 3 times as awful as they were individually. But there's also the shadow. I wasn't trying to attack you. There was a thing I saw during the ritual, and I automatically I tried to do something about it, and it just absorbed it. It took the magic, the damage, or what have you I was trying to throw in. Yeah, it's a little off. I don't know if it's still
during the ritual.
I tried to attack the shadow, not you.
Ezra does not know what you're talking about.
Never mind. We'll work on that later, I guess.
Okay, my shadow did what now?
It didn't look good. It had a mind of its own and looked evil. I don't know how many other ways I can say this without opening a thesaurus. It was bad.
Okay. Can you read a bad situation?
Okay. Is that sharp?
I think that's sharp, yes. That is sharp.
Okay. I don't think my sharp's so good. Oh, no, it's +2.
Oh, so there's another person with +2.
It's a 7.
Okay, so you hold 1. So the question list is, what's my best way in? What's my best way out? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims?
Let's. I guess. Just one step up. What's most vulnerable to me?
What's most vulnerable to you? You are sitting directly next to Ezra. And you mentioned his shadow, which is very close to you.
Can I physically grab the shadow?
Yeah. You're gonna have to kick some ass, though.
Okay. I'm gonna use big whammy so I can roll weird instead. Oh boy, let's go. That is a 9.
Cool. So with a 9 for kick some ass, it is you just inflict traded damage. So describe how you're grabbing the shadow. The best way to put it is like there's like a little bit of a space between you. The shadow is like kind of slanted over your left foot, but you can reach for the shadow of his arm next to you. If you wanted to. Did you want to do that?
Yeah, I think it's not necessarily like a big flashy attack. It is just like a grab, like a quick snatch of whatever darkness underneath Ezra's form, that arm.
Okay, so you feel something solid when you grab. It feels like grabbing someone's arm. It's not Ezra's arm, but it feels like you're grabbing his arm. And he looks at you like with raised eyebrows, and then looks down at what you just did and jerks back from you immediately, and the shadow pulls back from your grip. I would say that when you did that, you felt a sudden drain of energy from you. You're gonna take 1 damage from that. And Ezra took 1 damage from you grabbing him.
So that's just you now.
I don't know what that is actually. Oh, okay. So, since we're having heart-to-hearts and talking about our feelings, so I made a deal with Theo 10 years ago. And it was because I wanted to be stronger for another reason. It wasn't just because I wanted to be bigger, badder, or awesome at magic. It was just I went through a really rough time 10 years ago. I don't know if you remember, and I don't talk about it, but I had lost my cell before, and I haven't told anyone about it, and I couldn't help them, and I kept on asking Theo to help because they have the ability to do that, grant more and amplify without drawbacks. but the deal was that if I were to die, that I would give service, and they've wanted to amend it ever since. Every year they mentioned it, like to amend it, to change it, to trade it for something else, anything else, and I kept saying no, and later, and I died, and Theo couldn't live with that. I couldn't live with that. My mom couldn't live with that, so I came back, and of course, as we all know, when you are revived, you come back different, and I've been trying to figure that out, and I don't know what's happening. I'm not sure if I like it, though.
Do you know how pathetic we are? I mean it. We've both done awful things in the pursuit of just being stronger for stronger's sake. And what has it gotten us other than more pain and remorse than we could have ever had?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure if I regret it, though, or not. I don't know.
Honestly, I would feel sorry for us if we weren't capable of fixing things.
You think this is a fixing thing?
I don't, honestly. But I think we can live with our mistakes and maybe not fuck with forces that are beyond us. Not anymore, if that makes sense.
I'll tell you everything that I know. I technically just told you everything I know right now, but I won't hide anything else from you, Millie.
And I won't hide anything else from you. If we had trusted each other, we would have known we've had the same insecurities and would have found some camaraderie in it. I don't know what I should say next. If I had it like a greeting card or a sympathy card that said everything will be okay or something, I think that would be best. Or a sticky note with a smiley face.
What to me?
That can be arranged.
Did Mo actually say that? Or
Forgot I wasn't muted.
Because it's like, bring Mo in.
I'm like, why are you guys looking at me?
This is so silly.
I've been here the whole time.
Hey guys, it's Mo! Yeah!
Hey, it's Mo. So I'm just for the love of this. We're having a heart-to-heart sticky note sentimentalness, and then that could be arranged, and then both of us turn to you standing like against the wall with a slice of pizza. Like wave. Hey.
Hey.
Have you been there this entire time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
I also saw the shadow move. I just wanted to let you know you weren't crazy.
I know I am perfectly sane, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Great talk.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably have one in another 15 years. Hopefully we'll still have all our limbs.
Let's actually not
okay.
do that. Let's actually try to keep this energy going.
7.5 years.
No. How about tomorrow? Because there's a lot to talk about still.
I'll drive a hard bargain with you and say next week.
This weekend.
Deal.
That friend, like a cousin deal, not entity deal.
Sure.
Not double entendres this time. Hey Mo, how you doing?
Hey,
okay?
Oh, I'm good. No, I'm great. I mean, evil entity might be loose out somewhere. That might totally be my fault. And, everybody and their sisters keeping secrets from me and each other. Although I feel like we are reaching a point where we are clearing the air, and that makes me feel better.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I understood. Look, I have maintained this for each and every one of y'all. You'll come to me when you need me. I know that. I wish you understood that we're here for you. All of us are here for you.
I am working on that, and yeah, I know.
Well, you're not alone in that. I too am working on that. It's hard.
It is, but we're all working on it together, so that's the plus, right? Ezra like elbows Millie, because Millie like went quiet after Mo asked, like, yeah, we're trusting each other, right? Yeah, totally.
We are 100% trusting of each other. I am pretty sure if one of us fell, we would catch the other, because that's what trusting people do.
Is that sarcastic, or is that
I couldn't tell, honestly. I feel like it was like an attempt at earnest.
It was not necessarily sarcasm. It was just me being put on the spot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should know better. My bad, cuz I'll watch out for that next time. But yeah, so Ezra stands up. This is awkward. I'm gonna get a slice of pizza. I will be right back. And unless there's anything else you want to do, Millie? No? Okay. We're gonna go to Cordelia.
Where is Mr. Lucas?
He's in the living room. I would say that he's letting everyone else sit. He's kind of like leaning against the wall, probably looking through his phone. Either talking to family, probably his daughter, or something like that. But yeah.
I'll just bring my plate of pizza over and just sort of wait till he's done talking. Not like staring at him, but just like in the vicinity enough to like know that I would like a conversation.
Alright, so I would say that he like kind of is turned away from you, so you kind of intentionally or unintentionally snuck up into his blind spot, I'm assuming. And he's like, yeah, Rose, I know. We'll talk about that later. Stop asking questions about last night. It's complicated. Stop asking questions. Thank you. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Okay, honey. Cordelia, how can I help you? You're still scaring me, even though you're not a ghost anymore. How are you?
Not. That one's kind of on you, I think. Not to place blame, but.
How may I help you?
Anywho. Not to put any more tension, because obviously I'm well aware of how weird it might feel with everything going on, all the new things that you're learning in terms of just the strain that I can only assume that's putting on whatever relationship you and Mo might be having. But I just want to say that I wish you all the best. But also, I know that I just got resurrected and, new body, new start. I've never shied away from murder.
What is happening right now?
I think it's called a shovel talk.
Oh, wow. Okay. Man, I've never had it happen to me like this. Maybe when I was dating, when I was younger. Thank you, Cordelia. He just starts laughing. I will treat her well. We're doing another date, date 1.1. I do not intend to harm Mo in any capacity. And I know that neither of y'all, any of y'all, will shy away from murder. I feel weird because I am still a detective and you just threatened me, but it is totally fine. Yeah.
I didn't threaten you. It was just a promise that I don't want to enact.
I'm glad Mo has people, has family that are there for her. That's all that matters.
And I'm glad, I hope that soon she'll also have you.
Thank you. Even though I did not expect to have a shovel talk dished out to me today, of all days. We just fought possessed people and witnessed a revival, and yeah, you know what? Yes. Thank you. Is anything else that I can help you with besides
No, we don't really talk much, and so I figured that I'd come say hi, but then that sort of just came out. I don't know. Emotions are high.
Yeah, I get it. Good talk. I'm gonna go over there. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, Dad.
Oh, no. No. He like walks away.
I had to say it once. I won't ever again.
It's fine. Puts like fist up to his like forehead. No, please don't. Nope. And just walks away. Is there anything else you wanted to do? Because like I have a couple of things for you otherwise.
I mean, I definitely feel like I should talk to Ezra and also to Willow at some point. I don't know if Ezra is wanting to talk just yet, or if Willow is, or words, but
no, you're fine. Well, who would you prefer to talk to first?
I mean, it seems like Ezra would be occupied around this time, so with the whole conversation with that. Yeah.
So you want to talk to Willow?
Sure.
Okay. Willow is awkwardly across the room while Millie and Ezra are having this conversation. You do see something happen with Millie reaching for Ezra, but you didn't really catch what that was. Willow has been staring Ezra down this entire time. Not in a brooding or angry way, just more observing closely, and also like, I have to talk to him. I don't know how to interject myself, is like more like what Willow's doing in terms of body language. But also trying to keep that straight face, very soldier-esque go-to that they have. As you're walking to, probably with a plate of pizza still, can you roll weird for me? That's probably fine.
That is a 9.
Cool. As you're walking, I would say that you get the strange sense of it's like a separation of some sort in your mind a little bit. There's you, and then there is the sudden feeling that you're not supposed to be here. Is the best way to put it. Like, not necessarily you, just more like different kind of memories seem to flood in that don't match with you. And this room kind of is familiar, not necessarily Theo's place, like, because brownstones have different, like, similar layouts. For a moment, the walls change color to mint green versus like a warm burgundy wall situation, so wallpaper. There's a piano there. There's someone there that you can't fully identify. It seems like their face is blurred out for you. That's reaching for you, patting the piano seat next to them to like join me, kind of gesture. As you're walking towards Willow, this visual is kind of superimposed onto the present one for you. And it probably shows on your face as Willow turns to you, and then it goes away. Whatever that is.
Gotcha. I think that there's... How far would I have been from the, like, piano bench?
You would have been, like, 2 feet away from the piano bench as you reached Willow.
I think that there's a moment as, like, without the knowledge of what I was seeing, it might look like my, like, knees sort of give out almost as I, like, try and, like, sit for a moment, but then, like,
so Willow definitely, like, turns to you as your knees buckle and not catch you, because, like, you do kind of catch yourself, but, like, help you. So, like, hey, you okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, no, I'm okay.
Getting used to the whole legs thing.
Yes. It's been a while.
Yeah. Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing? In general.
I'm doing all right. I think. I can tell that this is going to be a curve, but it's nothing that I can't handle. I mean, I wanted this. It's even if I have to work at it, I needed it. How are you doing?
In what way?
Well, for one, I guess I'll just in the air of like just being forthright, you know, he will come to you when he's ready, right?
I know, but I don't want to wait. And that's just a me problem. So I get it, I understand. But and it seems like he isn't really fully blaming me or anything, but I still killed him. And whether, like, I know I wasn't in control of my faculties, but and she kind of looks around, make sure that Mo isn't sneaking in the background to like slide in and find out more information as well. It's like, so I'm gonna be really honest with you. Yes, I'm worried about how he perceives me, but also I'm also worried if well, it's the first time it's the first time that anyone that I have killed has come back. So I am curious if anything stuck to him.
I obviously haven't been able to spend much time with him since... God, it's been 2 days, right?
It's been 2 days, yeah.
Days.
Very eventful. Yeah.
He's definitely different. There's things that I don't even think he understands exactly what he's doing, and they just come natural. But I mean, he's always been something of a natural, and so to an extent, I do think that he's growing into however he came back, I guess. But I think it would be a disservice to say that there's no way that some part of you or something akin to you stuck.
It would be more of something akin to me. It's
I figure.
that's not how you make a doula, hon. Death, or energy of death, which is what I exude on a regular basis, draws things when it clings to people. And for someone that came back, depending on if he came back human or not, might change who he is as things progress. Depending on what he witnesses, depending on what magic he uses or how he uses it. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, it's... He's smart. And I trust him to know what he's doing. And so... even if something did latch onto him, we have to be past all that, right? All the hidden truths and...
It's not really about the hidden truths if, like, you don't even know what they are. How can you communicate with people what it is? So... I'm gonna be here until I figure out what's going on with the doctor dude, Jack. But I would just keep an eye and make sure that obviously he's okay. And I think you all have that covered. It's just the way magic works. There's basics of life and death, or negative and positive, and he's irradiating negative magic or death magic or magic like that. You can lean in one direction or another. It's probably why, if I remember correctly, he can't use his old magic anymore. So I'll be here for as long as I can. But no more depressing things. Or business things, actually. You owe me things.
Yes, I was going to ask if you had an idea or if you knew what you were going to ask for.
Well, first, the favor is mine to keep for however long I want. That could be a today thing, a tomorrow thing, a week thing, a year thing, a 5-year thing, whatever it might be. Right now, I cannot think of anything, but you do owe me energy.
Yes, I do.
Like mixed grabby hands.
I believe that I owe you some blood now that I have a body to take it from. So,
we could do the blood thing tomorrow. You need to recover, but give me spiritual essence right now.
Very well.
So reaches a hand out to you.
And
grabs it, and you immediately feel a little bit more drained. But it's not like it's an ebbing situation. It's a slow drain. It's not like abrupt or anything. Probably because I want to make sure that you're okay, because you just came to. And you're gonna take 1 damage. Willingly. Consensual in this regard. And holds you by the other arm just so that you don't like stumble or anything like that. And I would say at that, Ezra does look your way as he finishes the conversation with Millie. Makes a face, but doesn't say anything about it. Assumes that like he is trusting. He's really hard trying to trust Willow right now, and continues walking. Yes.
Did it seem like just the casting of or not, because it didn't even feel like casting a spell necessarily, but like just the action, or did it feel like he just so happened to look over at the commotion?
Oh, does it feel like did he cast a spell, or did he notice what was happening because of magic?
Yeah, does it feel like he was drawn to the transfer of energy, or does it feel like he just happened to look over when it happened?
That's a great question.
Oh, thank you.
Did you want to find out why he might have looked your way while walking away?
I'm
not telling you how. Just like you can figure it out. you got options to figure it out.
I feel like it's almost in line with monster empathy, or
I'm not gonna say nothing.
I'll try it. It's easier now.
Monster empathy.
Oddly.
Oh yeah, it is, because it's charm based, right? So look how cute I am. Let me read you.
That is a 11.
So you find yourself, as you look at Ezra, tuning in, or like doing the thing that you used to do, which is tuning in to not necessarily just monster, but just like other entities that aren't human, right? For a moment, it felt like static, and then it clears out. Very similar to like Mo, where like for at the edges of it, where like, oh, it just worked, is what's happening with Ezra right now. And I would say, can you roll sharp?
Double sixes, holy
shit.
How? That's a 13.
Let's go. So you remember back in the apartment when you first met him again, his apartment, where you didn't do monster empathy on him, I don't think, but like you had a feeling that you couldn't do this before, back then. You're getting the vibe that like something has changed from then to now, that has made it easier to tune into him this way. Ask your questions for the monster empathy.
Yes. I definitely think I'm going to ask, what do they desire most?
Well, you, is the answer, but, but also like, later, and walks out. But if, outside of that, I would say that, whatever Willow did, he's curious about, in regards to the interaction. It looks like you gave something. He knows for a fact you gave something up, which he shouldn't be able to figure that out. Like, he can sense magic, but he shouldn't know that there's a passage of something between the two of you. Exactly. He could guess, but that's not what he was doing. He knows for a fact that energy flowed between you two.
Right.
This is not a guess. This is that's what the fuck that happened. That's exactly what that is. Then, he wants that. Whatever just happened. So I would say to understand, I want that, is the level of priority here.
Okie dokie. And then yeah, no, I'll just say, what would they accept as good enough for now. I was caught between
yeah.
like what would distract them as a possible later just failsafe, but I'll stick with the first.
Like, what would be good enough for now? Is that the one? Or
yes.
okay. Well, to be honest, like, it's already kind of solved itself, which is he's leaving the room so that he doesn't have to see this and have that urge. It would say that, like, he already stood up because he was leaving naturally from the conversation that, like, had a natural conclusion. He saw what happened between you two. If he had stayed any longer, then he might have wanted to approach you two, based off of that impulse that he's hiding very well. So he's solving the problem himself by leaving the room for sure. Like, this is kind of like oh, I'm taking myself out of this equation. I'm gonna get pizza. So that's what that is. So technically, you don't have to do anything. If you wanted to check on him, that's up to you. But like, it seemed like he wanted to separate himself, just in general from both of you.
Right.
That's all.
I think I'll just turn back to Willow and what, I guess, what manner of essence did you just take from me?
Your spiritual energy?
Okay,
I mean, like, life energy.
Right.
That's it.
And, I don't expect you to be some sort of encyclopedic font of knowledge for undead creatures, but what would you say would require something like that? Like, either to feed or to sustain themselves?
There's a couple of things that could. So, can you be a little bit more specific? Sometimes it's not a consuming thing. Sometimes it's like a passing of energy ability or giving and taking kind of thing. And if you're curious about what I just did, it's just I can transfer energy into you, for instance, to make you feel better or heal you, or I could take it for myself. Whether I use it for myself or for a plethora of things. I can sell your energy on the Fae markets if I wanted to, if someone was interested in that. But
I guess like specifically sort of like, is there anything that would like subsist on it or like need to take it to live? Or I guess the approximation of live?
A couple of things. So there is vampires. That's one. Then there is several undead things. There are this one I learned from your lore libraries actually. But there was documentation about revival because of course death and life fascinates me. So there was.
You flatter me.
But the thing is that obviously, people are revived. Sometimes it works well. In your case, it was a reversal. People that came back from life don't always come back fully human. Sometimes they come back in between places. And apparently someone came up with that term a while ago. They're called the Veiled, I think is what it's called, if I remember. But it was a term that was coined by someone at the Corps at some point in time. But it was interesting read. It seemed to not happen that often, but when it did, it was usually like they are kind of, how life is a doorway, or like crossroads kind of thing. It's like they're right there.
Gotcha. Just like sort of at the crossroads.
Yeah. So they can use it as sustenance, they can use it as energy, they can use it as several things, magic derivative kind of situation. So yeah, I would say that like it's someone that like has yet to decide for many reasons where they are gonna go. They can use life energy, they can use it as magic, they can wield it as magic, they can do a lot of things with it.
Gotcha. So they are kind of like, I guess, nervous or like not sure of where they should lie.
What?
I thought you said that they weren't like sure which side they should be on almost.
That's not really a
Or,
shy
like,
thing. It's more like depending on who they are, they might evolve into something else.
Gotcha.
It's a temporary state, it seemed like.
Gotcha. I think I might have to pick up that book.
Why are you it's a really cool book. It looks like someone wrote it out by hand. It should still be on the table back in the core if I remember correctly, but you could probably ask.
Yeah, definitely.
Why are you asking me? These are very specific questions.
I'm just, obviously I know I just tried to calm you down about Ezra, but I'm also worried about him. And so I don't know if I'm interpreting things as I should, but he seemed to, there's a sense of like want almost when he looked over at me when you did the transfer. And so I guess I should either be flattered or concerned. But yeah, I just figured if it was something along those lines, then I should study up.
Ah, I see. Well, I can help you looking into that just because of my own curiosity, so that's not really a deal thing behind you. That is a concern. Because, I mean, Ezra seems like a swell person, a swell gentleman, and I wouldn't be terribly worried, but also, you don't know, like, what could tip them in certain directions is all. So, yeah, I could do my own research. I was already reading about it, but I could also direct you to where it is. But yeah, you shouldn't worry about stuff like that right now. Like, he seems fine and healthy. You seem fine and healthy. You should eat more pizza. That's what I'm doing with pepperonis. Yeah, just take it easy. It's been a few days. It's only been 2 days, and you should really recover.
I know. And eventually I am sure that I will start to sort of slow down after everything that's happened. But there's just still a lot to worry about at the moment. And I guess I'm just trying to get all my ducks in a row and make sure everyone's okay.
Okay. All right, well, take it easy. I'll be here. Yeah. If there's anything else you want to do, I'm going to say that, like, is there anything else you want to do? All right, cool. So as this happens, you're having that like moment. You're worried about Ezra. Ezra goes into the kitchen to get pizza. There's a knock at your door. At Theo's door. You all kind of stop after like calming down, relaxing. There's a sudden silence that kind of comes over the room a little bit. Theo gets up from wherever he was, wipes his hands on his pants, and cracks his neck, and walks over to the door and opens it. And you see Janice there, hair down, wearing like a trench coat, a black trench coat, short, I guess it's more of like a pea coat, with somewhat professional attire, has like holsters onto their jacket of guns that you see. Like, not very much what you expect Janice to dress like, but they might have been ready just in case if they need to go to the scene kind of situation. She, great one, gray eye, the other, her right eye has a scar over her eye. It looks like it's been grayed out is the best way to put that. And nods. It's like, is it okay if I come in? And Theo says, yeah, come in. Pizza's back there, and everyone's here, except for one, unfortunately. Yeah, come on in.